Good morning, HCG family. It's Heather just checking in. I'm on Vlcd day number 5, and I am now officially about 2.5 pounds below my stabilization weight. So I think last time I checked in with you was my last injection weight or something like that. I was at 149.8, and then I stabilized right around 150.4. Sorry about the light. Okay, 150.4. So I stayed there and I had no problem stabilizing. The only times that I was up above a pound or two would have been my period or ovulation. So I stabilized really, really good. And it wasn't hard. I mean, I actually introduced stuff a little bit early, but I was eating to hunger. So, and then one thing that I noticed was when I was loading I did not enjoy loading just because it was forced, gluttony, and I didn't want to, I had been eating to hunger for so many days that, when I finally was able to eat really unhealthy, and I was eating healthy food those times too, so by the time I did a dirty load, I was stuffing as much as I could. One day I made a protein shake. This light is really bad. It wasn't bad before I started, sorry. But I was eating really, really unhealthy foods, and that was probably a combination, and then I was just stuffing as much as I could. And I really wasn't hungry because I doubled up my dosages. I did 250 IU injections that I had frozen for my last round. And so I had 4 of those left over, so I did those, and those were mixed with B12 for the first 2 days that I was loading. And my second day, I got on the scale, and I was actually down 2 pounds from the previous weight, but I ended up still gaining about 6 pounds. Part of that was I started Tom at the same time I started my round. So I wasn't going to, but I was like, you know what, it's the new year, I want to do it. It was my plan. Tom started 2 days late, so that was kind of what threw it into last minute, what to do, not knowing if I would wait a little bit. But so yeah, I am now 148. My goal is between 126 and 122 for the end of this round, but if I stabilize, or if I end up at 130, I'm gonna be happy with that. I mean, 17 to 20 to 25 pounds in 40 days is nothing to complain about, so I'm gonna be happy where I settle with this. So I'm really excited. I was getting kind of disgruntled this weekend. I was just thinking about all the things that I missed about, P4 and P3, cheese and just things like that. And then I just had to remind myself last night I was doing laundry and I was thinking about I had to fold up like 1 pair of jeans because I only fit in like 2 pairs of jeans. I'm in between sizes, and they really only fit with a belt, like on the tightest loop that I can tighten them, and they're really, without a belt, they don't fit. So I'm excited to get into skinnier jeans, and I had to kind of think about, and I have all those jeans. I have a bunch of clothes that I just don't fit into. So I had to kind of remind myself why I'm doing this and get back into the mindset. So, because I was getting a little disgruntled this weekend, and I also, loading dirty, had the worst headaches. I did not have headaches like that my first round. And Friday and Saturday, I had headaches all day long. Saturday night, I slept from 8:30 at night till 8:45 in the morning. Probably I went to bed at about 8, but I think I fell asleep a little bit later. So, and took a nap yesterday. So, and I feel better. I didn't have a headache yesterday. I don't have a headache today. So I'm really glad, because I was like, if I keep having headaches, I don't know how long I can do this, because it's like I would take an ibuprofen and then an hour and a half later my headache would come back, and I didn't want to keep taking stuff, so I just kind of had to deal with it. But other than that, I mean, I'm really happy to be at 148. I'm glad to see losses. I didn't see the biggest losses that I saw last time. At my very first days, I saw like 3.5 pounds, huge losses. I saw the highest is 2 pounds, and I would go 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 1.8, 2 pounds, and then today was like 1.8 or something. So, just right around 2 pounds, and I'm guessing my weight loss is going to stabilize here soon. And I was previously at this weight for a little while, and then I was also at like 140 for a while, and then 136-ish, that area, 135. So I have a feeling I'm going to have stalls around those times, and I'm planning on those days to do apple days like I've done in the past. But I don't want to do too many, stall days with apples, because I think I do want to stabilize really well, and I'm not going for, hey, I need to lose 30 pounds this round and then, you know, and I might not stabilize at, if I were to get down to 126, I might not stabilize there really well. So I might end up stabilizing at 130. You know, that might be my body's happy weight. So I'm fine with that. I just want to make the best out of this round. I learned a lot from my last round, and I'm just looking forward to learning more from this round, because one of the things that I noticed even in P4 was the area from where you're at, you know, 3.5 on the hunger scale to a 5 to a 5.5, like almost full but not full. From 4.5 to 5.5, there is like a big area there that I've noticed where I can feel satisfied and have 4 more bites on my plate and eat those 4 bites and know that I'm just eating it because I'm trying to figure out where full is, so that I can kind of see how big that scale is when you're actually eating. And I noticed that there's a big area there to me. I mean, if I can eat 5 more bites after I'm already satisfied, I think that's, you know, it gives, and then wait 30 minutes and still not feel full all those times. So I kind of was noticing that, and I just want to pay a lot of attention to that hunger scale when I get out of P2. And also now, because the first few days I felt really hungry. And maybe that was because I was injecting myself with a lot more HCG for those load days, and I, you know, and maybe that had something to do with it, but just initially I felt really hungry, and I immediately started my doses off at 125 IU. So, and that was what that was my magic number before, and that's where I didn't feel hungry at all. But luckily, yesterday, no hunger, girls. I did have a little bit in the morning. I had an apple. Then about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, I was hungry for something, and had some little roll-ups with some lettuce, and then had shrimp last night. I was not hungry for shrimp. I had made a bunch of tea because I was thirsty. I got all my water in on my day off, which is abnormal because normally I have trouble on the weekends getting water down as much as I do at work. And then, you know, I did not want to eat the shrimp, but I knew I needed the protein, and I knew I had felt crappy the last few days and wanted to make sure I was getting my nutrients in. I've been taking prenatals for hair. I've taken a hair, skin, and nails for my hair because I know I had mentioned to some of you in the room, in the Facebook room, that I've experienced a lot of hair loss. It's kind of scary, but you know what? I know it's going to grow back. I had emailed Robin Woodall, said, should I go to the doctor and find out what my deficiency is as far as my vitamins? And she said, you know, just stick with those vitamins that you've mentioned, and you know, the good thing is it should always grow back. So, not a promise, but I've never had problems losing a lot of hair, so I don't think, I'm pretty sure it's just the HCG, and that's something that everybody else has experienced. So, but I just wanted to check in with you guys, and I know it's been forever, and I'm sorry, but there's just like, it didn't feel like I had much to update on, you know. I didn't feel like I was going with anything mentally or emotionally with the eating that I needed to bring up, I guess. And just besides playing with the scale a little bit when I was in P4. But, you know, I love you guys, and I hope everybody's having great losses. I hope you're stabilizing well. I hope you're loading well, as much as that can be. To me, it wasn't fun. So, but I hope you have a wonderful day, and I can't wait to start vlogging every day. Bye, guys.